Andy Carlson here for the Purple for the Win podcast, dedicated to the pain and pleasure that is the Minnesota Vikings and baby. 1500 ESPN has seen it fit to bring us into the sphere this year, so we'll be doing 3 shows a week, talking Vikings, have a car wash of fantastic guests, talk at length about the backup tight end situation. And remember, everyone's middle name is Jerome. It's going to be a lot of fun, or terrible. It'll be one of the two. Get it on the 1500 and Podcast One app or on iTunes or at purpleftw.com. Let's go.
And whose team is this? Is this your team or is this your daddy's team?
Thanks for listening to the Dad Mode Podcast, common sense parenting in a politically correct world. Here's your host, Andy Carlson.
Welcome back to the Dad Mode Podcast, common sense parenting in a politically correct world. I'm your host, Andy Carlson, at Andy Carlson Show on the Twitter machine. I'm a father. I have no idea what I'm doing, but you and either they're chiefy, so let's try and learn something together today. Website is dadmodepod.com, Twitter at dadmodepod, or just use the hashtag dadmode. Today, back in business, back with regular new shows, and today, no Nick. Nickerson. Schedules. Man, it's getting tough because right here in football season, in the meat of things, recording Purple for the Win 3 times a week. Andy, Luke, and Reef is a big chunk of Wednesdays. And also, for one of the Purple for the Wins, usually doing it out on location at Blue Door or Indeed. So, man, it's tough to get together with Nick. Even though we did hang out last night and we had the equipment there. Just didn't feel like doing it. But recording in the kitchen today. Got the mobile setup going and got the headsets and the whole mixer thumping and ready to go. Talking about leaving Muggsy, which is what we had to do. Was it a couple weeks ago or was it last week? The wife and I went out to Denver. Our friend Emily got married out there, and it was fun. It was a nice little mini vacation. We were out there for 4 days, and it was nice. It was our first real vacation since Muggsy came into the picture. Just turned 16 months old, and it was different. It was odd. Initially, on the outside, people would be like, "Oh, finally get a break from that kid. Oh, it's going to be such a great experience." But it was odd. I knew the wife was going to be very kind of, I wonder if she's safe, if she's having fun, if she's being good for Grandpa and Grandma, all that other good stuff. But I had that too. It was very odd that. Obviously I know that I love my daughter and I love seeing her every day, but I didn't realize how much I would miss being able to, just see her every day. Because there's some days here with work and the radio stuff where I see her maybe 10 minutes, when she's awake. And then, I peek in on her when she's sleeping at night and I'm like, hello. But, being away, being on the road, didn't have that opportunity, and I missed that. Literally, we're out there with friends. We're eating barbecue. We're having beers. We're sitting in hot tubs, going to weddings. All that other. We're driving around the Rocky Mountain National Park. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun out there. But every now and then, when there was some downtime, just have a moment. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna miss Margaret. Or when Crystal will call. Her mom, who was watching Margaret down in Austin, and just putting toots on the phone and be like, "Oh, hello." Kids are kind of like dogs, and they react to the outgoing answering machine message. So putting the phone on speaker, and then just Margaret's just like, oh, "What's going on?" Yeah, and I always wonder from the kids' perspective, what they think about these things. Do they think that? Well, what happened to my mother and father? I guess they've left forever, moving on to my new life with these new people. Or does she actually miss us? Does she ever wake up in the middle of the night? When her mother would usually come in and comfort her and give her some water, change her diaper, and just look around "Where's Mama? Where's Mama?" But apparently she Apparently, Margaret was a trooper, and plus, she's going down there, get to play with her cousins that she doesn't see very often, and being around grandpa and grandma, she got lots of love and attention. So it's not like she was, it's not like she was boarded. It's not like she was in a kennel or anything like that. And that's such a rough thought. See, this is how parenthood makes you soft too. Like before, I could just make that joke no problem, but then now it's just like, oh, well, she was in a kennel. That'd be terrible. So she was a definite trooper, and time flew by for her. She was had a lot of fun playing, and being with family she doesn't see that often. So I think that she's still at an age where she wouldn't miss us. But she was very excited when the wife went and picked her up. The whole smile and giant scream, and I'm so happy to see you. That whole thing, but. I think once she gets older, like if she was, let's see here, like 5, 6 years old, she'd probably miss us. Probably get a little homesick. Not quite at that point yet. But I was thinking though, this is probably the last vacation that Margaret or other kids wouldn't be with, because we did on this one because traveling to a wedding, you got an under 2 year old kid, and it's always like kind of touch and go with kids and weddings like that. And also, we did kind of want to be selfish a little bit. We wanted to have just a couple of days alone, just the wife and I get a little, what I mean, and just looking back, I think this, and looking at the clientele of the wedding, a lot of people, it was a destination wedding because his family was from California, her family was from Wisconsin. So a lot of people were flying in and making it a big event. Plus, the wedding was on a Monday. And I don't have that big of an issue if the wedding's on like a janky day, like a Monday or a Friday or even a Sunday, if it is a destination wedding, because at that point, who cares? But if you have your wedding on a Monday or a Friday and you're inviting like mostly in town people, like if you're from Maple Grove and you have a Friday wedding, I get it, that's a little cheaper, but I mean, come on, pony up. So a lot of people did make this a trip. It was an event, and I didn't see too many little kids. And it's not it statistically. I guess it's possible that there aren't any under 2 year old kids in both sides of the family, but unlikely, right? So I'm guessing that a lot of the kids probably did the same thing that we did. Just got left behind because an airplane with an under 2 year old, and then at a wedding with an under 2 year old, especially one where you're going to be there with college friends that don't have kids, and you're going to want to kick your shoes off a little bit. Let your hair flow down, baby. Yeah, not exactly the most kid friendly thing. Plus, we all know the connotations with Colorado. I don't know. Uh-huh. Yeah. But this will probably be the last one because she'll be old enough where I feel like 3, 4 is a good age for traveling with kids. They kind of got a little bit of the thing out of their system, the terrible twos, or the not being able to have their ears pop because they don't know what's going on. And a crying baby does suck on a plane. Like I understand most of the time it's necessary travel. Like you're going back for a funeral or wedding or the holidays. Yeah, I get all that. But if you're just going all willy-nilly, oh, we got the puddle jumper. We're going from Detroit to Nashville just for the day, just because I love Dolly Parton. No, leave your kid at home. No, screw you. But I think future ones, whether it just be family vacations or going to a destination wedding or just traveling in general, I mean, Bugsy will be coming along, and probably future kids too, because it would be weird to bring one kid. If we have another kid. The wife dreamt that she was pregnant the other day, by the way. Hopefully it's true. I mean, it'd be nice to have a second kid in the building, but it would be weird to go with one and not the other. And plus, by the way, I fully accepted that my next couple of vacations aren't going to be to Bora Bora. It's not going to be backpacking through anything. By the way, I would hate to do that anyways. Backpacking is not really well. All right, so we need to back this up more. First off, I'm not that big of a traveler. Like, I really couldn't give two shits about experiencing the world. I don't really care. I enjoy staying in my sphere, like staying in my house and working, and that is basically what I love. And I do understand and respect a lot of people. They save up, like that's their thing. They save up for travel and they experience the world. And think about it. Every person that you talk to that after college, spent 10 grand, 20 grand of their money, or more than likely mommy and daddy's money, backpacking through Europe for a month, or taking a gap year, whether between high school or college and graduate school and da-da-da. And they're like, life-changing. Completely changed my life, man. Well, it better. Man, 20 grand, it better. 20 grand for a broke 22-year-old, and you're backpacking around Europe. You're trying to stick your thing into all these Eastern European women, trying not to get ripped off by gypsies and stuff like that. Yeah, it better be life-changing. That's all. But I fully understand that my next couple of vacations are going to be Disney World, Disneyland, Harry Potter World. Well, there's some like family-friendly, like a Disney cruise. I would do a Disney cruise. Yeah, I don't care. Like, cruises I could do, because it's just like whatever. And I also, with all the recent cruise disasters, like well, I guess not recent, but you know what I mean, the Italian guy running the cruise liner right into the rock and then just leaving, bouncing, like, it was not my fault. Abundanza, peace, deuces, I'm gone. Or like fires on the and tickets are pretty cheap. Carnival Cruise Lines are pretty cheap, so I get that. I'm fully embrace that sort of thing. The Also getting the minivan, it's really going to open things up to road trips. Because I mean, if you're taking a road trip with the kids, you want space, right? You either want a 7-seater Tahoe or Denali that's going to get like 4 miles to the gallon, but whatever, or a minivan. And I'm not gonna lie, I love the hell out of my minivan, and it's a good person hauler, and you got lots of space, and if you fold all the seats down, you can still put in like 4x8 sheets of drywall or plywood or anything like that. So it's valuable, and I get that people have the stigma. It's like, oh, never driving a minivan, all the other good stuff. Hey, good for you, la ti friggin' da. But once Muggsy gets older and other future kids get a little bit older, like if you're gonna, here's my thing. I'm only gonna do Disney World once, or Disney World. Like, make it one big blowout event that's gonna be memorable for the kids. Like the families that go like every year, every other year, it's like, what's the point? It doesn't change that much. Pirates of the Caribbean was a ride before it was the movie, and the movie came out like 15 years ago. Man, it's not like it changes, but save up, do it once, and do it big. So do it with all the extra bells and whistles, all the fast passes, all the extras. Just do it big. Like stay in like the nicest villa. Stay in the castle. Like if you can, why not? So that's what we're gonna do. Like, Muggsy and potential future kids are old enough where they can comprehend and appreciate what's going on. Then we're going to do it. And plus, the wife is also a huge Harry Potter fan, so Harry Potter World is down there as well, I think at Universal. And, yeah, that's going to be the next big trip, and, not leaving any kids behind there. But just the kind of separation and getting away from the kids, it's weird. It is really weird. And on most of the days, I am able to stay at home and watch Muggsy. Saves a ton on childcare costs, but with some of this radio stuff ramping up and potentially getting into this market, maybe getting on air and a full-time job, that's the goal. Gonna be spending a lot more time out of the house. And then also, if I'm still dotting around with these random late night appearances at bars with the radio stuff, that's going to stretch time really thin, especially in the football season when everything is very regimented. Like every hour of the week is pretty much slotted because there's tons of news, there's tons of things to do, and I embrace it. It's the career that I want to get into, and I understand that's going to have very random kind of janky hours, and it's not like working the 8 to 4 or the 9 to 5. Punch in, punch out, go home, have a beer, have some dinner, watch some TV, go to bed, don't have sex with your wife, get up, do the same thing again, right? But yeah, I'm gonna miss some time with this little peanut, and have done this a couple times now, coming home late from some of the radio or podcast engagements, and just not definitely not turning the light on in a room, but you turn the hall light on, right? Open the door, and some of that hall light just illuminates a little bit. And I think the photo for this episode is just a picture I took of that, of just watching your kids sleep, like just how peaceful, how just kind of innocent it is. Like there's nothing on their mind. Like they're not worried about um, they're not worried about life. They're not worried about terrorist attacks. They're not worried about bills or promotions or anything like that. They're just sleeping. And they don't have a bad back. They don't have gout. They don't have yeah. Margaret comes walking up. Father, I can't sleep tonight. My sciatic's acting up. No, they're not on Xanax. They're not on um, uh, Lunesta. Yeah, yeah. They're not on 3 glasses of red wine. So how baby sleep is a lot different than us adult sleep, and it's just so it's so friggin' cute. It's just endearing in that. Did we ever sleep like that? Did we ever sleep just so peacefully and just on the side, sucking on the thumb, and just like not even a care in the world, just sleep, and just knowing that mommy and daddy love you, and you have a whole large family around you that just loves and supports you, and just sleeping. I wonder what babies dream about. Do you think they dream about toys or Daniel Tiger maybe, or some of their favorite snacks? All right, so Margaret would dream of grapes and popcorn. Yeah, that's also the new thing. We're trying to get away from some of the processed stuff. As never going to be that parent. Like obviously, you're going to take your kids to McDonald's and Chuck E. Cheese once in a while, but it's not going to be a regular thing. But even like the healthier snacks, like the goldfish, still. I mean, that's refined flour. That's da da da. Even if you get the baked whole grain, it's still not that great for you. Going with the popcorn. And yes, I know if you're on a paleo diet, well, humans were never grown to digest corn. Whatever. It's a air pop popcorn, and corn is a whole grain, and you're not adding the butter, or the salt, or the fat, or the whatever to it. And yeah, she just loves it, and it's so cute just watching her. Like if we're watching a movie and we got a bowl of popcorn, she'll just walk up, take a break, reach in, take a piece, pop it in, just go back. I mean, this is what they're talking about. Like these are random things as a parent that really stick with you. And a great quote that someone told me was that with young kids, the when the days are long but the years are short, and that's absolutely true because Muggsy's now 1.25 years old. I promised I would never do this. My baby's 16 months old. No, I feel like you can do it up to 2, but if you see this, if you see the chick at preschool and be like, my little Geron is 52 months old, bitch, your kid is 4. Yeah, that whole thing. And I don't know where we're going, but just the small little moments like that where the kid is saying B for the first time, or A, B, C, D, or having little snacks, or just having cute moments, or even if you're just changing diapers and then they just let out a giant fart right in your face. Like on the surface, to the non-parent, that sounds like it's kind of weird. But if you have kids, it's one of those things that are just gonna stick with you forever. Like All right, so I can tell the story because I've already told the wife, but whatever. There was a day when I was on the phone and just changed Margaret's diaper. But of course, what she does is that if you change her because she's wet, she'll just poop in it like 5 minutes later, just to spite you, right? And she had a onesie on, so it was buckled underneath, and she had pants on. So you would think that it would be almost Houdini-esque if she got this diaper off, right? But apparently, while I was on this phone call, still with occasionally looking at her, like I was on the phone in the kitchen, she was in the living room, so I could fully see her, and she somehow poops, right? And she gets the diaper off, and she comes into the kitchen while my back is turned, starts swinging the diaper around like she's Petey Pablo of North Carolina trying to come on and raise up. If you understand that reference from back in the day. And when I turn around or my phone call is done, I look and there is poop on the floor, on the walls, on the chairs, and it just like a swirl pattern, like a hurricane poop came through, and I'm just like, oh my god, what the hell? So she apparently had pulled her pants down. You know, they're still around her ankles when she was just waddling out there with the poop helicopter, and pulled her diaper off from underneath, from the side. Like she got the Velcro of the diaper undone, and she was just able to pull out from the side without unclasping the three buttons on the onesie. And I just looked at her. First off, it was like shock, and like I don't get grossed out, so I wasn't like whatever. But my first reaction was like, I'm not even mad. I'm impressed. That takes some ingenuity. That she MacGyvered the hell out of that poopy diaper. So then, all right. So, all right, as a parent, tell me if this is wrong. So I cleaned it up, cleaned her up, gave her a bath, got her changed, cleaned up the kitchen, bleached everything, or like the bleach wipes thing, so make sure everything was all good to go. And I didn't tell the wife about it because I knew that she would freak out about it and then like completely like pressure wash the entire kitchen for like the next 4 days, and then burn some sage to ward off evil spirits from inhabiting the kitchen. And I'm just like, why worry her? I mean, the kitchen's clean, it's disinfected, it's good to go. I mean, why just add this to her list of worries, right? So then this is like, so it happened like 4 months ago. I just told her last week. And lo and behold, of course, I don't know if she intentionally did it to like troll me or if this is subconscious. She went through the area with the lemon pledge and the bleach again, just in case. Just in case Andy 4 months ago screwed up cleaning up a crime scene of poop proportions that by the way, that she didn't even notice, or she didn't even be like, why does it smell all lemony with a tiny hint of shite around here? Yeah, just in case your husband didn't clean that up well enough. Better clean it up again 4 months after the fact. Yeah, and that's what marriage is. Yeah. Also, marriage is shopping on Amazon. dadmodepod.com/Amazon. Redirect you right to the homepage. Bookmark it. Hey, every time you buy a little something on Amazon, like lemon pledge, we'll need some more lemon pledge. Use that bookmark, use our link, and we'll get a little taste, and we'll keep on keeping on. All right. Hey, thanks for hanging out for this week's Dad Mode podcast. And tell a friend, because if you're a parent, you're out there, you're hanging out with these groups of parents, right? Mommy and me classes, tumbling classes, t-ball, etc. And when you're making small talk, just spread the word. That's we don't have a marketing budget, and this is how we keep growing. A couple thousand listeners a week. It's not quite the Purple for the Win podcast yet, but this is another passion project, and we're having a lot of fun here. So tell a friend, spread the word. That's your mission. Turn one other person on to the show this week, and we'll keep on rolling. We're available on iTunes and Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. Follow us on Twitter at DadModePod, me at Andy Carlson, and the website is dadmodepod.com. There we go. I'll work this out. But until next time, be a man, be a father, go dad mode, and we'll see you later.
Think the episode you just heard is worth $1? Well, send it our way. Visit dadmodepod.com/support to find out how. Be a man, be a father. Go dad mode. The music is created and produced by Deeb. To hear more of his tracks, visit soundcloud.com/Deeb.
Hey everyone, it's me, Nickason, aka Uncle Nick, co-host of the Dad Mode podcast. Before we begin the show, I thought I'd let you guys know about a side project I'm working on called the Nickason podcast. That's right, I am hosting my own podcast where I talk about the latest news in the entertainment world. From movies, television, music, anything pop culture, I talk about it on my show. So please check me out, the Nickason podcast. We air new episodes every Wednesday. Now, on with the show.